And we gonna reign with Jesus.
That sounds really good. That sounds really good. It's just the point of we have to make up our mind, especially in this day and in this hour. He say, you gonna be hot or you gonna be cold. Lukewarm, he will spew out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And so, remember that day Moses told the children of Israel, he said, who is on the Lord's side? When they were down there worshiping that golden hard-headed children, just hard-headed. Yes, indeed.
Who is on the Lord's side?
I mean, yes, hallelujah. I thank God. I thank God for his mercy and his long suffering and his willingness to teach us. Even when we stubborn and hard headed, we have to bump our heads and sometimes get our legs stung, for us to get the message, but he still loves us anyhow. And when we get in line and be obedient, he gives us a way out. So
Joseph, he trusts God. And that's really what it's about. It's about trusting God. And it's so strange that we trust man that we know let us down every day. In every way.
We see.
But when we come to God, that ain't never let us down. Sometimes we have issues with trust.
That's odd, isn't it?
I think that's very odd, but it's true. True.
Maybe it's human nature.
Mm-hmm.
Because, even though man disappoints us and man let us down, we can see man.
We can see him.
We can touch man. We can talk to man. You know what I'm saying?
That's yeah. Even though we're not supposed to walk by sight, that's definitely what it is.
Right. And I know in this hour, God is teaching us how to walk by faith and not by sight. When you can't feel me, when you don't see me, when you don't hear me, when it feel like I ain't even there, are you going to trust me? Or you going to still do what I told you to do? Are you going to walk in integrity even when ain't nobody looking? Because that's what Joseph did. He worked, everything he did was with such integrity, whether anybody was looking or not, because he did it as an honor to his God. And they knew, kind of like Daniel, no matter what he did, they knew that he was going to do it and he was going to honor his God. If you were ever going to accuse him of doing anything, it was going to have to be something concerning his God, because he had such a level of integrity as far as walking in excellence before the Lord. That's what I was drawing more out of Joseph's story than anything, and his dedication to who he was and whose God he was. Because even though he was in second command in Egypt, it was like the Pharaoh, he thought he was a god. It wasn't like he was, worshiping God. He thought he was a god. When Joseph named his children Hebrew names, he told them, "Don't you leave my bones over here." He's letting them know, this is not my home. That is not my God. I am a Hebrew. And my God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He never forgot his God.
But them, they were, they worship all kind of gods. So they had respect for other people's gods. Like, okay, you got your God. What could your God do for me? How could your God? Your God do good things for you. So they were, they will respect other people's God in terms of them. What can I get out of that God? And what can I get out of that God you serve? But they didn't serve it like it was their God, because they thought they were God.
Mm-hmm. But they had a lot of respect for Joseph's God because the wisdom that God gave to Joseph, they knew that it was beyond human wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That it had to come from something above human wisdom and knowledge. You know, because
God just gave him favor. Just gave him favor.
Yes.
With the people around him. I wonder if they even realized, the people who was over him realized how much favor God had on Joseph's life. I mean, for him to have such a high position in a paper, you know.
Really.
You know.
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
You know, imagine how the people felt, the wise men and the different people over there. Wait a minute, he done put a foreigner over us?
Oh, well, when Pharaoh started dreaming and those so-say wise men couldn't interpret them dreams, you know, not only did God allow Joseph to interpret the dreams, but he gave him a strategy. You know, and that strategy caused Egypt to become more wealthy. You know, so wealthy that's why the Pharaoh put him in charge, next in command, when he saw the wisdom of how God used him. So he had respect for Israel's God, for Joseph's God. You know, now I ain't saying he served it, but you know,
they had respect for those gods, because you know they thought they were God, and then they worshipped all kind of gods. The God of this and the God of this and God of
idols.
Yeah, they had a lot of idols.
Yes, they did.
They had a lot of